this time on Hobby Journeys, we're looking at the week in Warhammer with lots of Christmas battle boxes and Chaos Dwarfs.
Hello, welcome to Hobby Journeys. So as usual, we're going to be looking at the week in Warhammer with everything that's been announced and all that sort of stuff. I thought maybe we'd start off by a quick review of something that I've just got, which is
literally about an hour ago.
Yeah, this turned up from Amazon today. So I thought we'd just have a quick look. Now this is the Character Encyclopedia.
I've already looked
which
through
is Yeah, you have had a bit of a look through. It's a follow-up to this, which is the Ultimate Guide. Now, the Warhammer 40,000 Ultimate Guide, which came out late last year. This, by the way, is excellent. I really like this. It's got lots and lots of features on the different things, Space Marines and Chaos Marines, and lots of photos of lovely miniatures and stuff. This, I think, is a great coffee table book. Just flick through, have a look. A little bit of lore, nothing too heavy. Just sort of thing you can sort of pick out. Great for someone like Matthew, who's not an expert. Yeah, you could just have a bit of a flick through and sort of learn. I like this. I got it for Christmas. It is very good. This thing is the follow-up. This is the Character Encyclopedia, so I just got this today. I thought we would do a mini review. So the first thing to note, and this is, I'll get into my major gripe with this, but I suspect if you look at how this book is aligned, it's not right. It's like half this dividing section and half book, so it's really thick, but actually the book is only like
that, yeah.
Yeah, it's only like that amount of it.
But what's in that black little box?
What's in the black little box is Titus off of Space Marine 2, and I'm guessing that this sort of implies what the purpose of this book is.
Space Marine 1 as well?
Probably, I don't know.
I
did have it. I briefly played it, but not very much. But I think this indicates who this is targeted at. I mean, one of the things that's quite glaring is there hasn't been much on the Warhammer community website promoting this. It came out in October, and I don't think I've seen an article about it.
It's October now.
It is October. Yeah, exactly. It came out like last week. And there's been nothing to promote it, really. But I think that the reason for that is probably because they're not targeting at your general Warhammer audience. They're targeting at people who maybe general sort of, your sort of Space Marine 2 player who might want to read about some of the characters, so they pick this up.
Or they want a model of Titus.
Yeah, well, I think that would be the sell for them. The model of Titus. Actually, I'm not that big a fan of this model. He is a little bit... I mean, I'm sure everyone has seen this. There he is. That is Titus. That is the model that came out with a board game in America. There we go. Of him running forward a little bit, looking a bit like he doesn't know how to run, frankly.
Maybe he doesn't.
I mean, maybe he doesn't. It's a push-fit model, so easy to put together. Again, good for beginners. I think that this is for the entry-level Warhammer, has played the games, likes the lore, but hasn't really done any modelling. Let's give them a model of their favourite Marine, and then
make it easy to make,
and then a load of things about a coffee table book about all the characters.
That makes them want to get interested, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where it's targeted. I would say this dividing section is awful. I mean, I don't want to flick through that. Once I've taken the model out, so basically you've got this little sort of...
Yeah, why do they need such a big
section
a little bit of plastic?
With a sprue of plastic in it. I mean, fine, but basically that is going to be awful to read now, unless I rip the cover off or something. I'll be honest, I feel like ripping the cover off because... a bit annoying, isn't it? I mean, it costs 25 quid, which with a character model is you'd pay that for a normal Space Marine character model. So you're getting a book free with a character model, which is one of the most popular at the moment because he's in Space Marine 2 and that, with the entry-level gamer, I suspect.
Which I should probably start playing again soon.
Content-wise, I quite like it. It's basically...
just characters.
I've
already looked through half of it.
Yeah, Matthew has looked through. It's the sort of thing you might flick through and go, oh, I like him, and you'd read the tiny bit of lore. There's a paragraph of lore about them. You might have a little look at that, and I like this. I would happily read this if it wasn't for that massive big section at the front. I am probably going to read it still, but it just...
You will read it.
I will read it. Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the Great White Shark Orc. I mean, I really like the book. That's why I got it, because I looked at it and thought, I just quite fancy a thing I could flick through, maybe read the odd character just where I've got a free few minutes. Anyway, there we go. So that is this book. If you are looking to buy it, I thought it was worth doing this because it is very difficult to tell that is how it comes from, like, straight it's prints on Amazon, unless you get into the reviews, which are all quite disparaging, on the same wavelength as I am about this. Anyway, there we go. That's the character encyclopedia. Shall we get into the things going on in the world of Warhammer?
That's probably why they're watching.
That is probably why they're here. I mean, I didn't. You know what I've done is I've drawn them in with a book review now. I mean, maybe they'll be into that. I just don't know. Anyway, let's have a look.
Probably not.
So first up, we've had announced it is October, so that means Christmas, obviously. We're about 3 months from Christmas, so let's start talking Christmas, obviously. So they've announced the normal pre-Christmas Battleforce boxes. So every Christmas they do a big box full of miniatures, themed around the one particular army, themed on some sort of particular wavelength about the army. And as usual, they've announced one for this year, or they've announced 7 for 40k and 4 for Age of Sigmar. Should we have a little look through, Matthew? Should we do that? So, first up, we've got the Blissbound Warband. So these chaps, this is Slanesh. So this is Fulgrim.
Yeah, I could tell that was Fulgrim.
It is Fulgrim, plus his boys. So you got some of the you got the Noise Marines with their sonic blasters. I think I can't remember what these are called, but whatever those ones are called. Exalted, maybe? Is that what they're called?
They're called something.
Is that something else? Something. What do you think to this box? You're basically getting, 5 or 6 of these guys? Because there is a character in there, so I'm not sure if he's with them or just supplemental.
Then 6 more.
And then 6 of the Noise Marines. He looks like, is he like just in charge of them? I don't know.
Probably.
What do you think to these guys, Matthew?
The fact that he's got a more dynamic stance, he probably is.
Yeah.
It would be good for someone who's starting Warhammer, wouldn't it? Because
Start off with Emperor's Children Force, you mean? Yeah.
No, but like just in general.
Just in general. Oh yeah,
Because it's a small box.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fulgrim's a bit complicated, but
I
you can always save that for later.
I think you're bang on right, Matthew. I think that is a really good point.
Because you've got 6 good standard cell makers, which shouldn't be too hard to make.
You've got your quantity there isn't too great. I would say these models are quite detailed, which might be the downside to that.
Which is probably why that newer people play it, because when we first started, we were going really small, weren't we? We weren't.
Yeah, that is true.
Big spending, big army.
Well, bear in mind, you're going to get a good price on this box. It is going to be quite. I think these boxes, they typically come in. I mean, we're talking over £100. It's probably 120 to 150. There is usually quite a substantial saving in these boxes. I mean, here's the other key point. These are going to sell out real quick. I mean, I'll talk about these now because if we talk about them when they actually come out, they'll be gone before we even get to them, probably. So,
But Fulgrim will be complicated. But yeah, again, when we first got some of our first miniatures, the complicated ones, we saved them for a little bit later, didn't we? We got one with
we did.
less complicated ones. We knew what we were doing, and then we did the complicated.
So are you saying you probably smash through the Marines, you do your Marines, and then you've got Fulgrim as a little treat at the end?
Yeah, like, it'll take time, obviously, if you knew. But obviously there's tutorials to do it.
Also, not for kids, Anyway.
I'm a kid.
Yeah, you're not allowed Slash.
Why not?
I'm not going to elaborate, but yeah, they're not good. They're not nice.
So I'm allowed Plague Marines, but I'm not allowed them.
You're also not allowed Plague Marines.
So
I'll allow you the Plague Marines. That's fine.
What's so special about these then? Are they a bit naked?
No. I mean, they are. I mean, basically, Slanesh is the Lord of Excess, and one of those excesses is sexy stuff. I would think.
Yeah, which is why I said naked.
I mean, you don't have to be naked to do sexy stuff.
How
We'll have the talk later,
Matthew.
We'll have the talk later.
I've already had the talk from Mum. You were too late on it.
Fair enough. I took the filters off the internet for half an hour and left you to it.
You didn't even do that.
Didn't do that. Really.
You still got a restriction on me.
I might do that. I wait when you're 16. I go, Matthew. The filters are off for half an hour. Help yourself.
Only half an hour when I'm 16. That's tight. You're tight.
Anyway, we've
That's
got.
Definitely get cut.
It might get cut. I'll watch it back and see how I feel about it. Eh?
It's gay.
Anyway, we've got the League of Votan. They've got a box as well. The thing I like about this is it is not the same as any of the other. There's been a number of League of Votan boxes, and this theme they've managed from a small pool of miniatures about the League of Votan to find a theme that fits another box, which isn't the same as the theme of the other ones. So this is around the Chthonian, I think that's how you pronounce it.
What does that mean?
They're sort of like, they're miners, but they're sort of like berserkers basically. So these guys they've got tops off, they've got big hammers, they've got these big iron sort of choppy things.
Now these wouldn't be as new person friendly, would they? A lot of miniatures.
There is quite. I mean, I think these guys would be alright because there's a lot of armour to paint, and I think armour is
quite
a straightforward thing
to
to paint. Yeah,
but it's still a lot, and look at that buggy. That's gonna be really
I think what you haven't got in here is any vanilla models from the League of Votan range. So this would be a good supplement to someone who's already collected them and he wants a load of new miniatures that'll probably last them a good portion of next year, basically.
That's sell out though quickly.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the League of Votan sell that well, to be honest. I mean, we do tend to see quite a lot of their boxes still kicking around from time to time. I picked up, if you remember, I bought the launch box, and that was like about 6 months after it originally launched. You've got these big mortar things. These are excellent. I love these. Cool. I think they are great models. A bit of a homage back to the original squat range, which you won't remember in the 90s and that.
Yeah, a bit too old for me.
I think I like this. I do like this. I like these. I mean, I love these guys in the exosuits. If you notice, Matthew, they're not actually that tall. Their feet only come to here, and they're sort of controlling these big stompy feet.
I can tell.
You can tell. Very good. I like the berserkers. I like these chaps. I think these mortars are excellent. I don't like the League of Votan vehicles. I find there's something about them.
Yeah, they look a bit silly, aren't they?
I don't know what it is. Well, I don't mind the silly. I just think they look a bit, I don't know, the future tech. I'd rather a bit more. What I tend to like in a 40k vehicle is something a little bit futuristic whilst still being retro.
Yeah, because that's the whole point of Warhammer. It's quite steampunk, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's it. It's exactly that, Matthew. So it is the harking back to retro things whilst at the same time having a futuristic look. Whereas these just look futuristic. I think that's fine. I mean, maybe it's a good thing. I mean, I think one of the things is all the other factions do that retro thing. So maybe they had to do something different. But I don't know. There's something about the vehicles I'm not really on the wavelength with. This is fine, but, it's better than the big thing that looks like the Turtle Mobile from the 90s toy range. You have no idea what I'm talking about there. I'm sure some people out there might have a clue.
Because I thought it was meant to be a joke.
Yeah, just so humour me for the video. Excellent work, Matthew. You know what you're doing. You know how to do this job. Anyway, so that's the League of Votan. I think for League of Votan that's good. I think they've done quite well there. We've got this. I like this one. This is Tyranids. And it's just...
They're just Screamer Killers.
It's just big monsters. You got this... I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know what any of the names are.
Same miniatures up there, just different spun round.
Yeah, that's my Screamer Killer.
Just spun round.
That is just a Screamer Killer. I think he's just rotated a little bit. That's the same model. It is the same model. The rest are just big beastie monsters. I like this. These two guys, I think they come on the same sprue in the Leviathan box, from what I recall. So that would make sense there together. And then a few other beasties. What do you think to this, Matthew?
They're pretty cool.
I think for Tyranids, this is sort of what I want.
What I like about them is they're just so, ridiculous. Look at them.
They're just big biomechanical monstrosities. Yeah. And I like that. I think it's great. I think also I like the fact because originally the Tyranids are a bit of spin-off of the Alien from the Alien and Aliens film.
Yeah, because they literally have big tongues as well.
I mean, if you look at their face, if you look at the head on this guy, you can sort of definitely see it. But I like the fact they span it off and went wild with it. They took that concept of the original sort of just ripping off Alien and went, let's go wild and make them mad. And I really like that.
I've got a question.
Go on.
How do the Tyranids go transfer to different galaxies?
There's a whole load of lore about that. But
try to simplify it.
They have big hive fleets. I think they just quite slowly travel between them.
But how do they breathe in space? Or they just not breathe?
I don't think. Well, I assume so. They must have everything they need on board. I don't know. They're basically.
Well, they have ships.
Well, the ships are living beings as well.
Oh.
Everything about them is biomechanical. So they have these big living ships.
Well, like the things from Star Wars. They're really similar. That all their weapons are like living things.
Yeah, exactly that. Their guns are living. There's one gun that the Hunt Slayers, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, those guys, they have a gun that's called a flesh borer, and when they shoot, it basically rips the shell off a bug that's got acid blood, and it screams and shoots out the end and launches at something, sticks to it, and gets acid all over and stuff, and then starts boring into them, starts eating into them.
So these are literally the
Wild
same as
stuff.
the thing from Star Wars. What are they called? Like the Yuuzhan Vong or something. It's literally the exact same from different galaxy.
Well, what I would,
and has biomechanical weapons.
I imagine this was invented first, though.
No, because it will have been, because Star Wars was...
Star Wars has ripped off 40k. You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first.
They will have, because that sort of law will have been made in the recent times, because it was after the pre-thing. So
yeah,
Star Wars, you owe.
Although probably still
money.
Legacy, though, I imagine, because they legacied everything. But and that Tyranid box is good. I like a lot of the beasts. I was just literally just sat there thinking, oh, I could pick this up, because I already have painted the Screamer Killer.
No spending.
I am intending to. I want to do Tyranids, but I really like the big beasts.
No spending. No spending. What have we said about spending?
Oh no, it's expensive. I'm not buying it.
What have we said about spending?
I'm not buying it. Don't worry, Matthew. I'm probably not buying it. I'm
probably.
I might not buy it.
Right, so we'll have to put restriction on your bank account.
Well, yeah. No, we've got Tau. Got Tau up next.
Tau.
I like. It's just big mech battle suits, and I love this.
What Tau though, isn't it?
Yeah, but they've also got the infantry. I'm not so keen. My thing with Tau is the infantry. I'm not that bothered by. But I do really like the battle suits. I think the battle suits are excellent. I like these. I think these are good. I like a mech suit. I would really like to get more mech suits for, for the Tau and that. I can't start another Force, though. I really can't start another Force.
No, you can't.
If I was going to, I could get into this because
none
of the chaff, all of the wheat.
Stop.
Stop. No, I'm not even thinking. If I was going to get one of these boxes so far, it'd be Tyranids.
Every time you say something that's about spending, I'm going to say, stop.
Just slap me down. Slap me down. Anyway, that's the Tower one. We've got the obligatory Space Marine box.
Of course. They're just milking Space Marines.
Couple of dreadnoughts, the company heroes, Sterngard veterans, and Hellblasters.
They really are milking.
Fine. Generic Space Marines at a slightly cheaper price. There is nothing in this box I wouldn't want to have. I like all of it. It is fine. It is a generic Christmas Space Marine box. What do you think, Matthew?
Just Space Marines.
I mean, I've already got one of these.
But if I had to choose something I like about it, I like the guy with the banner.
Yeah, the guy with the banner. I mean, yeah, I agree. I like the guy with the banner. He's not the guy with the huge banner from the Ultramarines we're going to be seeing soon.
Well, we saw him last week, didn't we?
He's only been announced so far. So we've only had the reveal of him. We haven't had the actual... He's not out yet. I love that huge banner. This is fine, though. I like the company veterans I do really like. The Sterngard veterans, I've just built a squad of these, which I will be painting.
Didn't you make them Dark Angels?
They are going to be Dark Angels. I haven't got around. I'm not painting them yet. I suddenly realised, though, I built them intending... The plan was I'm going to be painting lots of green Dark Angels all in one go, so a load of Intercessors, some heavy Intercessors, some...
But what other colour would you paint them in?
Infernus Marines. Well... What I later found, so I built them, and then I found out that the Sterngard veterans, being veterans, fight in the Deathwing, and they wear bone-colored armour. And that would mean I'd be painting two different colours at the same time. The idea is to do batch painting. I'm not going to paint them. They'll have to sit and wait for a while. But they're good models. I like the Sterngard veterans.
But why do they have to be in a Deathwing?
That's just how the Dark Angels function. All of their veterans are in the first company, and the Sterngard veterans, clues in the name, are veterans, so... the first company of the Deathwing who wear special colours.
What's the Death Watch then? Because that's what I thought the Death Watch was.
Death Watch is a completely different thing. So the Deathwing is what you call the first company of the Dark Angels. The Death Watch is a whole thing of themselves. They are a sort of... They're not really a chapter of Space Marine because they're made up with people from lots of different chapters, but they're there to fight separately, sort of thing.
Are they like just a combined force? Is there nothing special with them?
But the idea there's a whole load of lore about them, and they're put together as a force particularly. I think they fight Xenos. I think that's the point, but it could be Heretic. I'm misremembering. I can't remember. There's a load of lore about
Titus
them.
was one, and they were fighting Tyranids.
He was, but eventually you go back to your original chapter. So we went back.
But even when he was a Deathwatch, he was fighting.
Yeah,
in the
possibly.
first mission, he was fighting a bunch of Tyranids.
I don't know, Matthew. If I'm honest, I haven't kept up with the lore of them, so I can't really tell you. But you know,
we're really going off track here.
We are going off track. Let's get back to it. So that's them. We have these guys. This is Chaos Space Marines. There's quite a lot of Chaos Space Marines in here. So you have some.
How much say is
I can't remember all the names. You got a Rhino, and then you've got a couple of. You got this. This is. He's like a character, but he's based on this big spider thing. I'm getting technical, man. I mean, you can really tell no more lore, no stuff. You've got some heavy weapon ones. You've got some normal Space Marine ones. You've got some big fellas who look a bit fighty, and you've got a couple of beasties, including your Lord and a Rhino. There you go. It's fine. It's just a box of Space Marine. I mean,
Space Marine.
I think, I can't. I mean, I think one of the things with the Chaos Space Marine range is there isn't much to distinguish between. They are fairly generic. You have the shooty ones. You have the close combat ones, like you do in most factions.
They really need to do something more with the Chaos Space Marines.
I think what they've done now is they've diversified. So you have so you have your normal Chaos Space Marines. You also then have your Celestials, the Emperor's Children. You have your Khorne ones. You have your different factions of them. A bit like with Space Marines, where you have your normal generic Space Marines, and then you have your Space Wolves, Dark Angels, Blood Angels, etc. It's similar with the Chaos Space Marines, and there's a good range of them now. It's fine.
But they need to focus on them more. Because they typically are like the second main characters, but they get overshadowed so much by the normal Space Marines. You barely see them.
Well, I think the problem is that the Space Marines sell, and Games Workshop. I mean, if they proved anything in their time,
they like money.
They like money. They do like money. So. Yeah, well, here we go. So they like their money, and therefore they like Space Marines, and that's what they pitch usually towards. Anyway, I'm not very excited about this box. It is fine. I think this is lastly we've got the Krieg. So this is the Krieg box, and again, this is what I wanted from a Krieg box. We've seen previously the launch box. We've seen a number of different, but we've got the combat patrols on. What I want of Krieg? Just lots of infantry. I want lots of, cannon fodder guys who are going to get decimated the second they step into combat, and that's what we have here, with a couple of big artillery guns. Yeah, because a big artillery gun is this is First World War. Absolute textbook. They have done an excellent job. They've done a good job.
Perfectly resembles the World War One. They've got the two big cannons that are giving support. Literally, just the men that are sent to die, and the one commander that is doing nothing to help the combat.
You got this guy just stood pointing.
Yeah.
On you go, lads. You definitely aren't going to get mown down by a machine gun there, don't you worry.
Yeah, there's definitely not a machine gun over that is going to kill you in about a second.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think this box is what I wanted of the launch box and or any of the other subsequent boxes like the combat patrol and so on. Just lots of infantry. Yeah. I think this is perfect.
They do too much for them, don't they? We just want the infantry.
Yeah.
Wait, how much will that be? Because I might think about picking it out.
I mean, if it's what you wanted for Christmas, I'm sure I could make that happen, Matthew. If it's available.
We already have some that we're going to get for Christmas, though.
Well, yeah, that's entirely true.
The family's going to combine too. They said it'll be my only Christmas present if I get it.
Well, we shall see, mister. We shall see. Anyway, there we go. That is the Krieg. Which is your favourite of those boxes?
Krieg.
You like the Krieg?
The Krieg.
I'm going with the Tyranids myself. I'm unexcited by the Space Marines or the Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah, me neither.
They are fairly general as a box.
The Tau look okay.
Tau's a fine box. I like that. The Tyranids is probably my favourite because it's just big beasts. I want the big beasts. I think they've done a good job with the League of Votan as well. I quite like that. Emperor's Children again is just, I mean, like you were saying, yeah, bit meh as well. I think the factions I'm usually quite disparaging about, which is Tau and League of Votan, they've done a really good job with, I think there. But particularly Tyranids, just big beasts in it. Anyway, next up, we're on to some more battle boxes. This is Age of Sigmar. So not so much. This is where I have to try and persuade you of that you're going to like this. First up in these Age of Sigmar boxes, we have, I think it's a Skaven. Can't see it, it's too little. Yeah, we've got lots and lots of ratty Skaven. Basically,
Jelly Bean!
I mean, bear in mind, we've just had... This is all the new releases. This is all the new stuff that came out, and it's fine. What do you think of this? What's your general feelings about the Skaven? We had the big release of them.
Jelly Bean.
Jelly Bean.
Jelly Bean.
I mean, these were a big release. Was it this year?
Yeah,
Was it this year? It was this year they came out. Yes, we had the big release this year. Do you like rats? Big fighty rats?
Just rats.
Just rats. Fighty rats. Okay. Yeah.
Imagine a horde of rats. That's all they are.
I love Skaven. This box is fine. It doesn't quite have all the mad stuff that I really like. Although
it's got a big gun though.
It does have the Globadeers, or whatever they're called. You know, it has those guys.
It's got the big gun too.
Yeah, it's got these guys with slightly littler guns. You know, and then Storm Vermin, which I like. So you know, it's alright. It's Skaven.
It's alright.
It's good. I like it. Lances of the Crimson Keep. Who are these fellas? These are vampires. I do say this fairly often, but so you can get an army which is themed around these the Soulblight Gravelords, and they incorporate the Death Rattle skeletons into their force. So their infantry are the skeletons, you know, the armored skeletons you've seen. The thing I find least interesting about this faction is the vampires, which is basically what this box is. So for me...
Was the vampires from Blood Bowl really cool?
I think these guys are alright as well. I haven't got any sort of issue with them, but there's other bit... Of all the undead we have, Nighthorn, Death Rattle, Skeletons, I was going to say Tomb Kings, but that's the old world. Whatever the Bone Reapers are. Yeah, those guys. These are my least favourite, but that doesn't mean I dislike them particularly. I just think they're fine. I think of all the factions out, you know, so you've got Order, Death, Chaos and Destruction. I think Death is my favourite, and I think that I like almost all the factions. This is my least favourite. Maybe the whatever the flesh eaters are called, you know, whatever they're called.
The ones that eat flesh.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those either. But these are probably my least favourite. These guys are like a little bit better, but not a lot. They're fine though. They're fine. Anyway, moving on. What do you think of them? I didn't ask you what you think. I just disparaged them without asking your opinion. What do you think? Two vampire guys on horses.
Okay. Horses.
Oh yeah, they're riding horses.
I thought
they're cavalry. So these are the cavalry out of the force. So you can see the armoured horses.
I can't see the horses.
They're basically horsey.
Yeah, they are.
Horsey with the guy riding. Same on this side. They're just facing us. They're facing towards us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So these are your heavy cavalry, typically of that particular faction. Although the Death Rattle Skeletons seem to get a lot of releases and actually are becoming a faction of themselves, I think, and I embrace that. That's what I quite like.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Dank Hold Rampage, which is
ogres. It's
you like it? Yeah, whatever. You liked the ogres when we did a range review on these. You liked them, didn't you?
Them, yeah.
What do you think to this lot?
You.
It's me. It's just a lot of trolls.
You're the big troll.
They're not ogres. No, we just called them ogres. They are not ogres. These guys are trolls.
Like from the thingy thing.
The thingy thing?
The thingy thing.
What's the thingy thing?
Thing I watched when I was young.
The film Trolls.
Yeah.
with Justin Timberlake and that. No, not like that. Like more like big swamp dwelling creatures that throw rocks and, you know, club people. That would hurt.
What if they throw a rock at you?
I can't see myself ever collecting trolls, but they're fine. I quite like them, but
they just remind me of you.
They're fine. And if you do, if you're doing a Gloomspite Gits army, you wanted to put some trolls in it, this box will do.
There's two big things trolls as well.
These are trolls, yeah, massive trolls.
Your brother's the one on the left. Mum's.
You think I'm the one on the left? That's Mum.
Yeah, and I'm the little one. Down in the corner.
Oh, you're the little... Which one? Which little one in particular?
The right one.
This one?
And then Jellybean's the one in the left corner.
Oh, fine. Well, there we go. So, finally, we have the Outcast Spike Grove. These are...
Trees! I think.
Yeah, they are trees. I can't remember what you call them, though. Oh, Sylvaneth. So these are like living trees.
Tree men.
These spikes, I think that's what they're spikes. Yeah,
tree men.
Yeah, I quite like these. They're
Tiny
all right.
Tree men.
I quite like a living tree, but these are quite old models now. They're fine. But,
do they hurt me? Would they hurt me?
Well, they are sort of good guys, but I don't think they typically get on with humans because they think we're going to chop them down. and stuff like that.
I will chop them down and need to make a house.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there we go. So, what's your favourite out of those
Ogres.
AOS? You like the ogres? Possibly Skaven. Maybe the ogres. I like the ogre box. Also, big miniatures. I like big miniatures. It's always a good thing. Anyway, there we go. So that's the various boxes that for Christmas. Next up, a really quick one. So they've announced a new box set, new edition of Warhammer Quest.
Oh.
So Warhammer Quest is basically...
Is that the thing we played?
It's an update of Hero Quest, ultimately.
Is that the thing we played?
You know, so Hero Quest was a game that was released in the early 90s, which was a Games Workshop game, sort of. It was sort of Games Workshop adjacent, done by... I think a lot of it was made by them.
Haven't we played this?
We haven't played this. We played the new released edition of Hero Quest, which is not a Games Workshop product, but is quite good. This was basically a spin-off from Advanced Hero Quest, which was a Games Workshop product, which they didn't have the license for, ultimately, and were having to pay money for. So I think what they said was, why don't we create something like Warhammer Quest, which is now branded that we own the IP for and all that sort of thing. And that was in the 90s.
We don't work for Warhammer.
I was talking as I was then. Or something.
But you're not them there.
But anyway, we don't know what's going to be in this box. They released a box called Cursed City a few years ago. Everyone got wildly excited because the miniatures looked great, and then it didn't really get released. It sort of all fell apart because there was something to do with a supply chain issue. It was around the time of lockdown, and there was a supply chain issue, and it died a massive death. And the box box looked great. Well, it just didn't sell because it was due to come out, then it didn't. They put a few copies out there, but then it wasn't really supported, and it was a bit of a mess.
So it died of death?
It died of death. Yeah, that is a phrase, Matthew. It is a thing. But basically, I think what they've then done is just waited a few years and come back to it. So here we go, and we have.
Release it this time.
We can have it. Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, we don't know what's in it. It might be rubbish, but I don't. I think they usually do a good job with this stuff. So I think I am quite excited for this. So I'll just give us this is a little spoiler. Say this thing is coming. I'm going to be following it because I was tempted to buy the Cursed City box, but didn't because of how much of a mess it was. It is kicking around. We saw it in Element Games. It was in Element Games when we went to the other day. They had a copy of it, I think. But,
other day, yeah, we went the other day, didn't we?
4 or 5 months ago, yeah. But yeah, anyway, that has been announced. We don't know what it looks like inside, but we will find out. Next up, we have the Red Gobbo Christmas again.
Ooh.
New miniature. Every year we get the Red Gobbo up to some shenanigans. It's a bit of a sort of wacky comedy model.
Is he stealing a Christmas tree this time?
No, he's got a tin robot thing. Look, he's got a big key to wind him up. He's obviously striding along with all that sort of thing. I don't know what to make of it. It's not as good as some of the previous Red Gobbo models. If you remember, I bought you him for Christmas and painted him as your Christmas present one year. He's sat in the cupboard over there. But yeah, anyway, he's coming out. It's always, I mean, like I say, it's they're always a bit wacky, and some sort of book going on as well. I mean, I like the existence of the Red Gobbo. I like him. He's funny. I preferred previous years, but this one's good as well. Last year, it was him with a chimney, and he was dropping a stick of dynamite or something down the chimney.
I remember that one.
Yeah, I like that. Anyway, that's the Red Gobbo. And on to... This is going to be Saturday's pre-orders.
Actually got to it.
Sunday previews. So, what we've got is the individual kit releases of the Helsmiths of Hashut, which you might remember the Helsmiths of Hashut.
Like the Chaos Dwarves?
They are absolutely the Chaos Dwarves. From now on, I have now said the words Helsmiths of Hashut 3 times now actually. But I'm not going to use that anymore because they are the Chaos Dwarves, and that is what I will be referring to them going forward. Annoy me or something, probably. Because I loved them back in the day. I still love them now, but here we are. So we have the Helsmiths of Hashut. They have we have not the Codex, the Army Book or whatever it's called. Battletome. It says it there.
Dad, this is
literally says it there. It literally says it. So it's got the Battletome for Helsmiths of Hashut, as well as that we have the individual kit releases. This is Age of Sigmar. I should probably say that.
Age of Sigmar.
So we have Uraktar, the first demon. So this is your big leader, the big character leader, riding a massive mechanical flying bull centaur.
That's
thing.
going to be you in a few years riding Jelly Bean.
I'm up for this, to be honest. I'm up for this.
He's old.
If it's convenient for her. If she's only a chihuahua, so she's going to struggle a bit. What do you think of this model, Matthew? I like this.
I like it too. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it?
I quite like the big models out of this range. I wasn't, the actual dwarves themselves, fine with. You know what I'd have actually wanted? Just Chaos Dwarves, exactly like they were like in the 90s. That's what I want. But, at a push, these guys will do. But I do like the model. The big models they made here are really good. There's a big cannon, and we'll get to a couple of the other things now. I like this fella. He's good. We've also got, an alternative assembly. I quite like that colour scheme. Sort of a jade colour scheme.
Yeah, I like the bull more. That colour scheme.
Yeah, that colour scheme is lovely, isn't it? That lovely green colour. I do like that. I did quite like the cafe miniatures for that reason. I did like the paint scheme they did. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can paint anything in this paint scheme if you really want to, but, I quite like this colour scheme. I'm now thinking I need to paint something in this colour scheme. This is what I should have done my Dark Angels in. Anyway,
damn it, Dad.
I digress. We've got Demon Smith.
We saw
him.
him.
Yeah, I quite like that model. I think that's a good model. And he looks, look at the glowing eyes. Oh, look at him there.
Oh, you got Star over there.
Yeah. No, I like this model.
Very cool.
Optional assembly. That's a wildly different one. I guess just
he
different
doesn't
arms.
have as much aura, does he?
Different arms.
Yeah,
I prefer the build. I like the hats are what these guys should be all about. These hats are not quite big enough, if you ask me. The Chaos Dwarves had ludicrously big hats.
They should have been like...
These are only crazily big hats. Yeah, exactly that. Got the War Despot. I like this model. This is a good model.
Me too.
Yeah, big, bulky. Like I say, I quite like the Dwarves. They're fine, but, Bull Centaurs, love these guys. What do you think to these guys? They're basically the body of a bull, the head of a Chaos Dwarf. What do you reckon?
It's something.
Yeah. Well, these go back to the old Chaos Dwarves. They had Bull Centaurs as one of their
Well, look,
models.
they've got bull horns on their head.
They have. Well, they are bulls. They are just a big Bull Centaur Chaos Dwarf thing. I think these are great. I think this is a good reimagining of the old school models.
They must have a lot of back pain.
I mean, maybe so. I did say when we got the box release and probably the initial reveal, but I would have preferred just them to include Chaos Dwarves in the old. They might still be planning to do that. It feels like it'd be a bit too much for an overlap to put the Chaos Dwarves into that now. What with them being, the Helsmiths of Hashut being basically that whole range and very close to it. So I'm suspecting the Chaos Dwarves are not coming into the old world, which would be a damn shame if you ask me, because I really liked the Chaos Dwarves.
I don't even know who they are.
No, well, they basically imagine these guys, but a bit more red painted with slightly bigger hats. Optional assembly, also good.
I like that as well.
I mean, I prefer these guys. These guys look better. I don't know if that's a paint scheme, but actually, I sort of like the armour.
Yeah, the armour looks good.
I think the armour, and also it sets them off that they are sort of a bit more, it makes them a bit more dwarfy on the top, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these guys are fine as well. That's a good build. It's fine as well. The Infernal Cohort, I think this is your heavy infantry. So
because look, they got heavy shields and.
Yeah, exactly. So these are infantry. Again, they're fine. I mean, I just want to have the old Chaos Dwarves. They're not far off.
Okay.
I suppose. I mean, I think if I painted them in bright red and black, then that would be probably. They might look very close to it. To be fair, so I think that'll probably be fair. And don't get me wrong. If I ever painted these, that's exactly what I would be doing.
So stop complaining then.
Well, yeah. Optional assembly, spears and that. Dominator engine. Big fella.
My god.
Big fella. Basically a dreadnought, really. But he's got this big Minotaur head. Big Minotaur dreadnought, basically.
They really do like their bulls, don't they?
They do like their bulls. I mean, that's what. This is going back to the old Chaos Dwarves. That was very much what they were about. That was basically how they rolled. And yeah, I think it's good. I like this model. I think this is great.
Yeah.
I'm half tempted to pick it up.
No.
Well, yeah. I've got to finish what I'm painting now. Blah 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 blah. I painted one model.
Child.
I painted one model. This for it. There we go. Librarian for my Dark Angels army.
Such a child.
I might flash up a picture on screen, or might not. We'll see.
Such a child.
Anyway, that's the Dominator engine. There's an optional build as well. These massive gun arms.
I like that. I don't like that one as well.
You know, I like the massive gun arms. Maybe the head. I prefer the other
silly.
one. Yeah. Well, I'm all about silly. I love a bit of silly. I think I do prefer the other build, like you say. But I think I probably would build it as this one just because of how silly it is. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think the one with the two big clubs is probably the better.
You're not going to be building
This is
it anyway.
probably the better one. Yeah, well.
Because what, you're going to say, oh, I want this thing. You're going to buy it. It's going to sit in your drawer for a whole year. Maybe even 2. Maybe even 3.
As I look at the huge box of sprues I've got sat over there.
It's like
and that's only
that
part.
big.
That's only part of the stuff I've got to build.
It's like that big.
We've got Death Shrieker rocket battery.
I like the optional build more.
Yeah, the big mortar. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. Fine. Both fine. I'm okay with both. As artillery models go, I'm not so keen on the Sam. Some things it is in the middle, I would say. I would rather have a Krieg cannon. This is fine. But, we're talking about different things.
I'm not talking about Krieg.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about, if I was going to buy an artillery model just to paint up, I'd go for the Krieg, which I might actually do at some point. Infernal Rays. Oh, these are... You see, these Chaos Dwarves have... bazooka things. I can't remember what you call them. Yeah, they're the big guns. These are not a patch. They are not the same. I'm sorry, Games Workshop, but
Also,
just
why does only one of them not have a hat?
He's probably Space Marine style. He's the sergeant, so he wants to be less well protected. The models are okay, but I'd just run. Blunderbuss, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have Chaos Dwarves with blunderbusses, personally.
They're cannon.
These are alright, but, it's not the same. Because they were very much more medieval themed. There were these guys. This looks like a space age bit of technology, personally, but,
Well, they are in space, aren't they?
Hobgrot Vandals. So, along with the Chaos Dwarves, you always had Hobgoblins. These are the spin-off of that. Fine. And that's what it's, if they didn't have Hobgoblins, I'd be upset. I can't say I love them on any level, apart from the fact that you have to have them there. They are obligatory. Although I like the guy with the drum. So here we are. But I quite like them apart from that. Anyway, there we go. So, we've got some dice. We've got some Black Library. The only thing notable here is that we've got a book we've got the German translation of Minkoesk.
Wow.
Minkoesk, so there we go. Wow. Which is, Minkoesk's got a very good model. That's the only thing I know.
German people.
I'm sure that, so she's Acadian. I'm sure the book is very good. But, here we are. Then Warhammer Plus got just the basic stuff. So we've got How We Roll, which is about talk to someone from the Warhammer studio about development of the games.
Why do we not
and
put
we've got
the pictures
we've got a paint off.
Why
do we not do the pictures? I don't know. I question that myself. But but then we've got Ultimate Paint Off where they just do some painting challenges. What's your favourite thing we've seen today? What are you thinking?
The Krieg Army.
You like the Krieg Army?
Even though it isn't.
The Krieg box set, you mean?
Yeah. It's technically not.
I think I'll probably go with the box set as well, and I'm going to go with the Tyranid box set. I like the Tyranid Battleforce. Helsmiths of Hashut are fine.
Either that or the goblin thingies, whatever they're called, the thingy things.
Exactly that. Anyway, there we go. It's good, wasn't it? Saw lots of stuff there. Probably another long video. We'll see how it goes when I edit it. There's a lot of whittering I can cut out, but here we go.
It's probably going to go from 50 minutes to 15 minutes.
Yeah, we shall see how we go. Anyway, what are we going to say to the viewers, Matthew?
Bye, of course, subscribe and hit the bell.
Bye.